Welcome back to our cinematic journey. We're thrilled to have you here again. If you're enjoying our deep dives into the world of cinema, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and ring that bell for all the latest updates. Today, we delve into the haunting world of Smile 2, the chilling sequel to the psychological horror that had us all gripping our seats. Parker Finn returns to direct and write the sequel, continuing his unnerving vision of terror. The film stars Naomi Scott as Sky Riley, with a strong supporting cast featuring Rosemarie DeWitt, Elizabeth, Lucas Gage, Lewis, Dylan Jalula, Gemma, Miles Gutierrez Riley, Joshua, Peter Jacobson, Morris, Kyle Gallner, Joel, and Raul Castillo, Darius. Cristobal Tapia de Ver composes the score, amplifying the unsettling atmosphere with his distinctive soundscapes. Charlie Saroff returns to capture the eerie visuals, maintaining the visual continuity from the first film. Elliot Greenberg crafts the pacing and tension with a seamless editing style. Produced by Marty Bowen, Wick Godfrey, Isaac Klausner, Robert Salerno, and Parker Finn himself. Smile 2 has a duration of 127 minutes. Premiered on October 18, 2024 in the United States, in Germany on October 17, 2024, rated R in the United States and FSK 18 in Germany. The film grossed $135.9 million worldwide. If you're excited for the breakdown of this horror gem, make sure to stick around until the end for an in-depth conclusion comparing the sequel to its predecessor. 6 days after the events of the first film, Officer Joel, now cursed by the sinister Smile entity, devises a desperate plan to transfer the curse. He attempts to orchestrate a death by forcing one criminal to murder another. However, the plan goes awry, and an uninvolved drug dealer, Louis Fregoli, becomes the next victim after witnessing the chaos. Though Joel is freed from the curse, his life tragically ends when he is struck by a truck during his escape attempt. Meanwhile, we meet Sky Riley, a pop star striving to rebuild her life after a series of public scandals. Following a battle with substance abuse and a car accident that claimed the life of her boyfriend, Paul Hudson, Sky's return to the spotlight is marked by her preparations for a major comeback tour. Despite the watchful eyes of her mother, Elizabeth, and her assistant Joshua, Sky succumbs to her addiction once more. Seeking relief, she secretly visits her old schoolmate, Lewis, to purchase Vicodin. However, she witnesses a horrifying scene. Lewis succumbs to the Smile curse, smashing his own face in with a barbell plate. Terrified, Sky flees the apartment without reporting the incident, fearing exposure due to the drugs in her possession. Sky begins experiencing vivid and disturbing hallucinations. People around her, whether strangers or loved ones, appear to smile menacingly. These eerie visions take a toll on her mental health, and she reconnects with her estranged friend Gemma, hoping to find solace. During a high-profile fundraiser hosted by music executive Darius Bravo, Sky's deteriorating state becomes evident. Hallucinating that her late boyfriend Paul is in the audience, she lashes out, injuring an elderly attendee and further damaging her public image. In her quest for answers, Sky encounters Morris, a man whose life has also been touched by the curse. Morris reveals that the Smile entity passes from one victim to another through the witness of a cursed death. He proposes a daring solution, stopping her heart to trick the entity into thinking she's dead, then reviving her. Sky, however, rejects the plan, unable to face the inherent risks. As Sky's paranoia deepens, the Smile entity's grip on her tightens. A shocking flashback reveals that Sky had intentionally caused the car crash that killed Paul during a drug-induced argument, adding layers of guilt and vulnerability to her character. The entity uses this revelation to torment her further, appearing as twisted manifestations of her backup dancers and a grotesque version of herself. The climax of the film unfolds at a performance in Herald Square Garden. Skye finds herself on stage, surrounded by an audience including her mother, assistant, and music executives. To the crowd, she appears to collapse while choking. But in her mind, the Smile entity reveals its true form, a massive, skinless creature with grotesque, smiling mouths layered within one another. The entity overtakes her, and in a final act of possession, Skye stabs herself in the eye with her microphone in front of thousands of horrified fans. Smile 2 is a gripping sequel that fearlessly expands the universe introduced in the first film, tackling new themes and presenting a darker, more layered narrative. This time, the story shifts focus to a protagonist with a vastly different background, Skye Riley, a pop star whose public persona hides layers of guilt, trauma, and fragility. Through her journey, the film delves into the devastating effects of unresolved guilt, the desperation to escape personal demons, and the parasitic nature of the Smile entity, which thrives on its victims' deepest fears and regrets. Naomi Scott's performance as Skye is the beating heart of the movie, grounding its supernatural terror with raw emotional depth. Her descent into paranoia and despair is hauntingly authentic, and her final confrontation with the Smile entity stands as one of the most harrowing sequences in modern horror. The film brilliantly juxtaposes her public image as a pop star against her private struggles, a commentary on how society often overlooks the personal pain hidden beneath a glittering facade. Compared to the original Smile, which revolved around Rose Cotter's personal struggle to uncover the entity's origins, this sequel broadens the scope in both character and setting. Where Smile used intimate, close-knit horror to build tension, Smile 2 goes for a more expansive approach, introducing a wider array of characters and exploring the entity's mythology in greater depth. This transition allows for a richer narrative, but also runs the risk of occasionally losing the tightly wound tension that defined the first installment. One of the sequel's standout elements is its bold visual storytelling. The grotesque, multi-layered design of the Smile entity in its true form is nothing short of nightmarish, adding a visceral dimension to the film's psychological scares. Cristobal Tapia de Vere's chilling score further amplifies the sense of dread, blending dissonant tones with moments of eerie beauty to mirror Skye's unraveling mind. However, the film is not without its flaws. Some critics have noted that the broader narrative and larger cast dilute the sharp focus that made the original so effective. While Skye's story is compelling, a few supporting characters feel underdeveloped, and the film occasionally sacrifices tension for spectacle. Additionally, the subplot involving Morris's proposed solution feels underexplored, leaving some thematic threads unresolved. Nevertheless, Smile 2 succeeds in delivering a horror experience that is both terrifying and thought-provoking. It takes bold risks in expanding the story and delving into the entity's lore, and while not all of them land perfectly, the ambition is commendable. The film serves as a reminder that horror is at its most effective when it taps into universal human fears, grief, guilt, and the inescapable nature of one's past. In comparison to the original Smile, this sequel provides a more ambitious narrative that seeks to answer questions about the entity while introducing new ones. It's a daring continuation that will undoubtedly spark debates among fans of the franchise. While the intimate terror of the first film remains unmatched, Smile 2 establishes itself as a worthy successor by pushing the boundaries of its world and delivering unforgettable moments of horror. Thank you for sticking with us through this detailed exploration of Smile 2. If you enjoyed this dive into the eerie and unsettling, please like, subscribe, and join us for more cinematic journeys. Until next time, keep your eyes open, but don't forget to smile.